It was a crisp autumn morning in the small town of Willowbrook when 6-year-old Lily Bennett vanished without a trace. One moment she was playing in her backyard, chasing butterflies with her golden curls bouncing in the sunlight. The next, she was gone. Her parents, Sarah and James, searched frantically, calling her name until their voices were hoarse. Neighbors joined the search, and soon the entire town was scouring every inch of Willowbrook. But Lily was nowhere to be found. The days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months. Flyers with Lily's smiling face were plastered on every street corner, and her story made national headlines. Despite countless leads and a massive investigation, no one could find her. It was as if she had been swallowed by the earth. For Sarah and James, the years that followed were a living nightmare. They clung to hope, holding vigils and keeping Lily's room exactly as she had left it. But as time passed, the hope began to fade, replaced by a quiet, aching grief. Then, 10 years later, the impossible happened. It started with a phone call. Sarah was in the kitchen washing dishes when the phone rang. She almost didn't answer. Telemarketers had been relentless lately, but something made her pick up. "Hello?" she said, her voice tired. "Mom?" The voice on the other end was soft, trembling, but unmistakable. Sarah dropped the plate she was holding, and it shattered on the floor. "Lily?" she whispered, her heart pounding. "It's me," the voice said. I'm at the gas station on Maple Street. Please come get me." Sarah didn't remember hanging up the phone or grabbing her car keys. All she knew was that she was driving faster than she ever had before, her hands gripping the steering wheel so tightly her knuckles turned white. James followed in his truck, his face pale and his mind racing. When they arrived at the gas station, they saw her immediately. A teenage girl with long, tangled hair and hollow eyes stood by the payphone, clutching a threadbare blanket. She looked nothing like the bubbly little girl they had lost, but Sarah knew. She would have known her daughter anywhere. "Lily!" Sarah cried, running toward her. Lily hesitated for a moment, then collapsed into her mother's arms, sobbing. James joined them, wrapping his arms around both of them as if he could shield them from the world. The reunion was bittersweet. Lily was home, but she was not the same. Over the next few days, as the family tried to piece together what had happened, a heartbreaking story began to emerge. Lily had been taken by a woman named Margaret, a seemingly kind stranger who had lured her away with promises of candy and puppies. Margaret had kept Lily hidden in a remote cabin deep in the woods, far from civilization. For years, Lily had been cut off from the world, her only companions the books and toys Margaret provided. At first, Margaret had been gentle, almost motherly. But as time went on, her behavior became erratic and controlling. She told Lily that her parents had abandoned her, that no one was looking for her. She isolated Lily from the outside world, filling her head with lies and fear. Lily's only solace was the small window in her room, through which she could see the stars at night. She would whisper her name to the sky, hoping someone, somewhere, would hear her. As she grew older, Lily began to plan her escape. She saved scraps of food and hid them in her pillowcase, waiting for the right moment. One night, when Margaret fell into a deep sleep after drinking too much, Lily made her move. She climbed out the window and ran, following the stars until she reached the edge of the woods. From there, she walked for miles, her bare feet bleeding and her body trembling with exhaustion, until she found the gas station. The story of Lily's return spread like wildfire, and the town of Willowbrook rallied around the Bennett family. But the joy of her homecoming was tempered by the scars she carried, both physical and emotional. Lily struggled to adjust to life outside the cabin. The world had changed in 10 years, and so had she. She was terrified of strangers, flinched at loud noises, and had nightmares about Margaret coming back for her. Sarah and James did everything they could to help her heal. They enrolled her in therapy, surrounded her with love, and gave her the space she needed to process her trauma. Slowly, Lily began to open up. sharing fragments of her life in the cabin and the strength it had taken to survive. But the most heartbreaking revelation came one evening as the family sat together in the living room. Lily looked at her parents, her eyes filled with tears, and said, "I never stopped believing you would find me. Every night, I would look at the stars and tell myself you were looking too." Sarah and James held her tightly, their hearts breaking for the little girl who had never given up hope. The story of Lily Bennett's disappearance and return became a symbol of resilience and the unbreakable bond between a family. It reminded the world that even in the darkest moments, there is always a glimmer of light, and that love can endure even the most unimaginable trials. As for Lily, she continued to heal, one day at a time. She returned to school, made friends, and even started a blog to share her story and raise awareness about missing children. Her courage inspired countless people, and her journey became a testament to the power of hope and the strength of the human spirit. If you found this story touching and inspiring, please like the video, share it with others, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for following along, and we'll see you next time for more uplifting tales.